Big fan of in one endurance main deck. Yeah, I mean, I guess you could like cut the third failure or something. I like this card a lot. It's like, it's so sick in so many matchups. It's bad against the really low curve deck, so like it's bad against Hammer. I think it's the only matchup where I'm like not happy to have it, but it's actually really good against Murktide because bouncing, like just casting it on Murktide itself is really fucked up. It's insane against Primeval Titan decks. It's really good against 4-color because you can bounce Teferi, you can bounce Omnath, which are both like huge tempo plays. So I'm just like a really big fan of this card. It's basically Remand, but you don't draw a card. Yeah, it's bad against Shadow. Yeah, it's basically Remand, but you don't draw a card. The Aftermath comes up sometimes. Like, I played against Amulet last night at FNM, and I went, like, Failure Your Titan on... I had 3 lands. I went Failure Your Titan, untap, cast Comply, Bane Primeval Titan, play a Cascade spell, and, like, that was a really huge swing. So, like, it definitely comes up from time to time. You can also do some cool stuff with Teferi. So, like, if you go, like, Tef Plus, you can Comply at instant speed, you know? So, like, let's say... I'm trying to think of a situation where that would come up in. It's hard to say, but, like, you know, just something that might come up. I can't think of, like, an exact situation that might come up in, but... would I rather play Sealed or Modern? I knew about the one in Abington. I didn't know there was a Sealed one. Oh, you don't live in Boston anymore. Okay. I gotcha. Never mind that. You think Modern? I enjoyed show and telling a Blood Moon to play when I was dead on board to a Lance player when you make it 2020. Can't make it 2020. Said no. Call the judge. So good for when it. Nice, dude. That's awesome, Big C. Kind of off brand Nazi Doom Tilt about a dumb deck. Yeah, true. Sealed SNC. That sounds less exciting than Double Master Sealed. But RCQs are RCQs. I went 4-2 in the Pioneer RCQ that I played. I got obliterated by Lotus Field and lost some... I got 2-0'd, but like both the games were pretty close. And I feel like I just was basically one spell away from winning both of those games. But just some rough beats. Up 2, down 2. What'd you play in Pioneer, Rachel? Fuck what I say. Fury? I'll check Fury. It's not Fury, but I guess I'll take it. I think the 2-2 is more important. It's not. I guess the 2-2 is not that relevant, but I'm not going to Solitude one of these guys. I'm just going to hold Solitude plus Force. On a green, but I've been borrowing it. Kind of want to buy a Pioneer deck that isn't green. Yeah, I have. It's weird because like I have green build. That was like the first Pioneer deck that I played when the RCQ season was announced, or that I built. And I started playing it, and I was like, yeah, this deck's good. I don't know, it's a good deck. It's just like not that satisfying, you know? I mean, winning is satisfying, but... Okay, so I feel like if they had Yawgmoth, they probably would have played Yawgmoth that turn. So I think I'm supposed to Solitude the Geist here? What if I just didn't, though? Let them sack the Geist, kill a Rhino, untap, play Plea. I can kill Grist. They can't trade for the other Rhino. Then just make 2 more. It's probably better to hold this for Yawgmoth. Yeah, I think I'm just going to pass. I think I'm just okay with this. Can send the Rhino at Yawgmoth and this at them. Play Plea, hold up Solitude. It's fine and good, but way too much fiddly for a ramp deck. Like, for me, yeah, exactly. There's like, for a ramp deck, there's just a shit ton of math involved, and it's like, I'm just not about that, you know? Do I even care about the Grist? I guess I should, right? I should care about the Grist. So much worse to technical play these days. Want to take people to combat? Yeah. Yeah, it's like you have to think... There's so much math involved with the green deck that, like, you have to plan... Maybe not multiple turns in advance, but, like, you kind of have to, like, weigh risk versus reward, especially when you're casting Storm the Festival. You're like, well, if I hit X plus Y, then I'm going to have this much mana, but if I hit, you know, Y plus Z, or, you know, Q plus whatever, you know what I mean? It's like, there's a lot of things you have to think about. I got to play against Ensoul Artifact today with Rakdos Sacrifice. My opponent had a 3/3 Stone Coil with an Ensoul Artifact on it, and I was just like, steal that, claim that shit, sack it. They had sold up a Darksteel Citadel the next turn, and I was like, alright, I guess I'll take that one too. It was rough. Can you force a Grist on the stack? No, it's a creature on the stack. You can't force it on the stack. I would have if I could, but scoop your semi's opponent after resplitting the prize. Nice, nice, nice. So I assume you got a nice little payout. So they just don't have... Oh, you know what they have? They probably have Cord. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't force Cord because I don't have a second blue source. A little awkward. Does Living End bring Grist back from the yard? I think so? Yeah, see, look in the graveyard, see it has the type line, Legendary Creature Planeswalker. So I'm fairly certain that if What Do You Living In, this comes back. Okay, well they can't Cord for Yawgmoth now. So they can only Cord for 3. So this is okay. Guess I'm gonna go to combat. Combat. Like this. Probably just hold up failure to complete this turn. Take 12. I'm cool with that. I'm gonna hold up failure plus force plus solitude. Good luck. Good luck, opponent. Hello and good luck. Damage. Alright, cool. What you got? You can have like main deck Necroplasm, but I can still Solitude the Necroplasm, so. I played against a lot of Yawgmoth players who have Necroplasm at the sideboard, and it throws me off every time. It literally gets me every time. Yeah, no. No shot. Absolutely not. Remand. Like, getting to play Remand in your Cascade deck is so busted. It's so good. Ugh. Is Force of Will too strong in Modern? Probably, yeah. I mean, you could even argue that Force of Negation might be too strong for Modern, and obviously Force of Will is 1,000 times better than Force of Negation. See, I think Force of Negation is, like, okay. I just think it's a problem with this card specifically. Which, like, you know, that's a different argument, but... Like, this card's kind of fucking stupid, right? Just, like... I don't know. I think this card's kind of offensive, to be honest with you, but... Speaking of Force, I think I'm going to cut it in this matchup. I think I'd rather have Teferi, although Teferi's maybe worse in the draw, because at least Force hits their sideboard cards, because sometimes they bring in, like, Crime Punishment and Necromentia, so, like, I think I'd rather have Force, because Teferi just doesn't really accomplish that much. They can make a wide board to swarm Teferi, so I'm just gonna do this. Force is alright because spell combo decks exist and allow creature combos to still exist. Yeah, like, again, I'm fine with Force of Negation in the context of every deck that doesn't have Violent Outburst. I just think it's a bit much with Violent Outburst. Because, like, the concept of the Forces was to be played as defensive tools, right? That was the whole premise behind their pitch restriction, right? But the issue is once you combine a card as powerful as Violent Outburst, now you're not playing defensive. You're using Force Negation as a proactive tool, and that's when it's a problem. You know, like the thing in Legacy, you're like, combo decks that get to play Force of Will just feel so fucked up, you know? Like Reanimator, for example. Back when Reanimator used to be popular, which it's not anymore, but, you know, you would just go, like, Reanimate, Force of Will your thing. It feels very similar in this context, right? I'm upset that this is a legal combination of cards. This deck's really good. Like, I've talked about this before. I think this is just a better version of Rhinos. Like, if you think about it from the perspective of specifically drawing your Cascade cards, this deck is going to draw the Cascade card just as often as the other versions. Like, normal Teamer plays 8 Cascade spells and 60 cards. This version plays 12 and 80. It's actually, I think, 1.5% higher in this version. But you get 2 benefits. 1, you get to play a bunch of busted cards like Solitude and Teferi and Omnath. And 2, you get to, you don't draw Footfalls as often, which is, like, pretty good in a good number of matchups, so... I think, like, I'm beginning to come around to it. I think this might just be, like, a strictly better version of Rhinos. Real question, are the 0-mana spells intended to be Cascade off Cascade? I don't think so. What came first, Cascade spells or the Time Sprout stuff? So Cascade was originally in Alara Reborn was the first set. So Time Sprout was before Alara, right? Footfall specifically for Cascade. That I don't know. Oh, fuck. Oh, please don't Magus me. I should have fetched for a Forest in response. Okay, good. It's like, man, if I got Magus there because I didn't fetch a forest, I would have been so mad. Free MH spells, but definitely for Cascade. Yeah, yeah. That's like way after the fact, right? All of the original Cascade cards, like Hypergenesis and Ancestral and Living End, were all printed prior to the Cascade mechanic. I think I'm still fetching basics just in case. I think it matters that much. I don't want to get mooned. So they have one card in hand. Pretty sure I just jam. Like, I kind of have to pressure them. I can't give them infinite time with the Yawgmoth. So, I'm just gonna jam. DT has a very strong opinion about people who play Magus and Yawgmoth. I mean, that may be true, but I've seen a lot of people do it, so... it's at least something you want to think about. Your dad got you a cookie cake for your birthday, which we celebrated tonight. That's awesome, dude. Hope you had a good birthday, JS. Now I kind of want a cookie cake. Cookie cake sounds poggers. Want to feel this way forever. Thursday is so good. Am I dead? I think I'm dead, right? I mean, I'm not in a good spot, but... well, even if they do, right, I don't think they have enough life to kill me. Why am I prepping for another RCQ when I won today? Well, I'm already back home from the event card bros. Do they have enough life to kill me? Okay. 10, 8. So it's 10, 8, 9, 8, 6, 7, 6, 4, 5, 4, 2, 3, 2, 0. Okay, yeah, I'm dead. Anymore. What's with the 344? That's the sub count, current sub count. Just putting it up there. I'm like, there's like, I have a number in mind, and it like sounds kind of crazy to me, but like by the end of the year, I don't know. I've been thinking about stuff like that, but as like a goal. Isn't it just that they have more life than you? No, because there isn't there like a specific multiplier. Like if they're at 1 higher, it doesn't work. Like, let's say they're at 1 higher and the Jarls has a counter on it. I think that they might be 1 short. Maybe, though. Maybe I'm just dumb. Because there's, like, a specific number of times they have to do it, and they have to, you know what I mean? They have to pay life each time. Not anymore. Play first. Yeah, they need an even amount of life. I mean, this hand's nuts, right? It's kind of awkward that, like, my only card that I can pitch to either of these is my Olden Cascade spell. I'm not going to mulligan, but this hand has a little awkwardness with the pitch spells. I need to find like an Omnath. Omnath's like a perfect draw with this hand, just because it pitches to both. I mean, I could do the math. It didn't take me that long to do the math, but... ooh. So, do I failure their grist or fire their bird? I think I should fire their bird. Yeah. Just wait. I don't want them to play grist though. I guess because I have this, I could bounce the grist. But my issue is, let's say I pass, right? So I pass. They play grist. I failure it, and then I'm gonna play Rhinos. But I guess I can instant speed the Rhinos. That's actually good because now I can just save the Fury. So I can just go Boseiju plus Shardless and save the pitch spells, which is nice. I don't like this song. I keep saying that, but I never remove it from the playlist. Kind of crazy how many free spells there are in Modern. Yeah. Modern is just legacy. Astronaut meme, it always has been. You look forward to MH3? I don't. I don't. Feel like I bitched through a bell and saw the meta by increasing the power level across all decks where MH2 created the meta. I mean, maybe. Yeah, I guess. We'll see. We'll have to see what they do. I mean, if they print more free spells, then I'm just done. They can't print more free spells. They gotta stop that. Can we not keep doing that? Like, please? Just stop printing free spells. Stop it. If Wizards, if you're watching this, please. Dude, just stop it. Just stop it. You still haven't gotten it right. They've tried so many times and they still have yet to get it right. Strangleroot, guys, sure. Cool with that. Oh my god. You see what's about to happen, chat? You see what's about to happen. Alright, I needed a green card to do that. I found a green card. Because I don't have double green to hardcast. I was going to hardcast the Endurance, but I don't have double green. Alright. Do. Unbanned Probe 2. Nah, I'm good. I'm good with that. So I traded 4 of my cards for 3 of theirs. Which is, like, not a bad exchange, right? It's, like, fairly even. Ish. Also, I'm attacking them for 10, so... And I still have a counterspell in my hand. So, you know. There is that, too. That matchup is too free. It's like, Teamer Rhinos is already insane against Yawgmoth, but I just put Solitude in my deck to, like, make it even worse for them. RCQ stands for Regional Championship Qualifier. Basically, if you win the event, you get to go to the PTQ in Atlanta. See, it's kind of medium. I'm gonna try it, though. Oof, that's tough, Heavy Ryan. That's tough. Channeler. Okay, not horrible. Not great, but not horrible. I'm gonna get a Forest here. I think that's fine. Cannot cast that one. How do I feel about them unbanning a couple modern cards during a certain season of the year to test the card to affect the format at all? So it's weird, George. Like I like the idea of that. The only issue is when you unban cards, the secondary market goes batshit crazy. Like it just goes wild, off the charts. You know what I mean? So I think what I would prefer is I kind of want there to be like a Magic Online only specific, like, you know how they run the gauntlets or whatever. So they do like a Magic Online gauntlet where they unban 1 or 2 or 3 cards and let people play with that in the gauntlet, you know, to see what the results are. And then based on those results, then they can formulate whether they want to actually unban that card, you know. I think that would be kind of a cool idea. They don't care about the secondary market. I mean, they tell you that, but I think they do, personally. Is there any chance I would ever cast Borrower on my opponent's turn? I mean, given that they probably have a counter spell, what if I just fucking picked up Yorion here? Like, I'm not going to run Outburst into a counter spell. I'm going to wait until this thing goes off to have a fight. That's like the big turn I'm going to wait for. Hey, you know what? I kind of want to just burn their mana. I'm just going to burn their mana. You can go. I don't need to do anything. It'll be fine. Still hoping the unban Pod. I don't know. I think Pod's a little too much. Especially with all the different creatures they've printed over the last couple of years. Like, Pod is a lot. You know? Yeah, I'm kind of not okay with Twin. I think the only cards that I'm, like, okay with, that I think would have basically no impact at all right now, if you just, like, took them off the list and made them legal tomorrow, are like Punishing Fire. I think would almost not even be playable. That's like the only one I think for certain that could be unbanned. Everything else I may be a little sketchy on. Save the fetch land for Omnath. Alright, you can go. So now what I can do is I can go on their end step, cast Outburst, they counter, untap, cast Footfalls, they counter, and then I can resolve one of these two. Scrub that at 1-2. I went 4-2. Kevin won. Of course Kevin won. Yeah, I went 4-2. Is it Punishing Fire really, really horrible for the format? Look at the red card in my hand and ask yourself that question again. The decks that Punishing Fire push out are the same decks that Fury pushes out. It's like, I don't really think that it would have that much of an impact because Fury already kind of had that impact. Fire would make it worse, but I don't even know that 4-color would play Fire. Maybe they would, but do I think Glimpse would be too much? I think Glimpse would be too much. I don't know. Maybe, but like I'd kind of like to test. I kind of like to see how Glimpse plays out, you know? Punishing Fire is like a mini Asmo. I guess that's a good point. Maybe I'm like underestimating Punishing Fire and how many people would actually play it, but what's up, Eddie? Dark Depths? People who think Dark Depths could be unbanned just because of Solitude is like you're no, absolutely not, absolutely not. Dark Depths might be one of the most broken cards on the ban list. So if I'm being completely honest with you, it's completely unreasonable. So I think I'm going to cast Fury here because I want to save Solitude for a Murktide. So... Alright, all my stuff's countered. How about this Fury? I'm deserving of you. Should try no ban list Dark Depths. It's really not that good. Didn't it win? I mean, obviously that was a while back, but didn't it win like the first 2 NBL Modern tournaments? Shaman plus Preordain. Shaman's too much. Imagine playing a deck that has Deathrite Shaman and Ragavan. Like, think about that for a second. If you were just allowed to register 4 Shaman and 4 Ragavan, like, holy fucking shit. That would be completely unreasonable. Seems fine to me. Yeah, no, I'm good with that. I'm all set with that. Oh no. They play a land yet? I don't think they did. That's so bad for me. I feel like every single time my opponent hits me with Ragavan, they always hit Teferi. It's so gross. Yeah. I mean, I have the Fury, but they're gonna plus it, so... Yeah. Plus it. But it's a 1, so they can't minus it, but... It's not terrible. Oh, I could have just petty thefted it. Right, I'm stupid. You're right, I should have petty thefted it. That was dumb. Yeah, I just petty thefted and then play it. What am I doing? That was so much better. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. You know why, chat? I'm dumb. That's why. Yeah, exactly. Well, I can just do that now. What about Cloud Post? Cloud Post would be too much. I think Cloud Post is like so... No. Okay, they can't cast that thing. Fucking god. Oh my god, I almost lost it. They can't cast that. Yeah, I think Cloud Post is probably a little bit too much. I mean, they're still going to be in a horrible spot, right? We just go bounce Tef, play Tef, bounce Murktide. They have no cards in hand. I think we're still pretty far ahead. What do they know? Yeah, I mean, they have the Ragavan, I guess, but... I could Solitude the Ragavan if I wanted to. I'd also just let Teferi die. It's probably not that big of a deal. Just hold up Solitude for the next turn. Would Elves be tier 1 with Glimpse of Nature? Probably. I don't know. Like, that Glimpse is a card that I'd like to see. You know, I kind of want to see how that one plays out. Kind of thing. It might be too good, but... Again, as we talked about, like... Could you really want to be playing Elves when Fury's in the format? Failure can be pitched to Solitude. It can. But, like, I kind of want to hardcast the Solitude. You know? Especially if they consider it into a counterspell. Okay. Okay, so... I guess if I go Solitude, Pitch, Comply... Oh yeah, they can't counter the Solitude. But, like... I don't know, man. I really want to hardcast this Solitude. I really want to hardcast it with the Yorion, but I could just go Solitude, Pitch, exile the Ragavan, they make a 4/4 Murktide, and then I could just play Yorion to blank the 4/4 Murktide. Did failure the Murktide? Yeah, and maybe they fight over that, right? Like, maybe they, like, if I failure the Murktide, they counter back, then I can just untap Slam Solitude, and then probably the game's probably over from there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let Tef go. I'm going to save the fetch land, too, in case I draw Omnath. Can bounce Murktide with Yorion? Well, no, because Tef comes back at my end step. So not this turn. So I'd have to go, like, Yorion pass. You know what I mean? Alright, I'm just gonna failure this. If they pierce me, that's fine. I'm cool with that. Because if they pierce me, then I know I can resolve the Solitude. You know what I could also do? Even if they held up Counterspell, I could just go Comply, name Counterspell, and then play the Solitude. You know what I mean? Which, to be completely honest with you, I think I might just go Comply, name Counterspell, play land, and pass. Because then they can't fight over the Solitude. Right? I think I like that. I mean, it makes it so they might just do nothing this turn, which maybe they just like time walk me by doing this kind of thing, but yeah, they could have charm. They sometimes play like 2 to 3 copies of charm, but did I play standard when dig and cruise were both legal at the same time? I did. If my memory serves me, I don't even think dig and cruise were that busted in standard. Right, but if they're counterspelling my solitude, I think that's better for me than them drawing 2. Kind of thing. Maybe, but that's fine. Yeah, if they do nothing, I get a borrower. See, they drew charm. They did not draw charm. Pog. Dig wasn't that busted and used in control inside. Yeah, Cruise. So the deck that I vividly remember playing Cruise in was the Jeskai Ascendancy Tokens deck, and that deck was fucking sick. That deck was so much fun. But it wasn't like broken in that deck. I think it got really kind of messed up when Jeskai Black was a thing. I think that was a really fucked up Treasure Cruise deck. Was like Jeskai Black and all that, those kinds of decks. Alright. I mean, they know of Yorion. I guess I'll cast Yorion. I guess that was a reason to fetch, because now I can't play the Borrower without shocking. Oh. Yeah, that might have been a reason to go to 7 and fetch. Because I don't want to shock to play the Borrower. Reason Rhino? Yeah. Do you know the reasoning behind 2 summary dismissal and blue white boards? It seems like worse than the False versus Cascade, Either Gust versus Titan. Emrakul, the Promised End. That is the biggest reason, Dark Onyx. Because almost all of the 4-color decks nowadays have Emrakul, the Promised End. Okay, make a 4/4. So I don't even want to play this anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna hold the fetch. Omnath. Spell? Spell. No reason to play a land, right? Yeah, I could just wait. Question is, do I attack? I don't really think I can attack, right? Can't trade 4 for 4. I mean, I guess hypothetically, I can attack for 4, they attack, then I can gain 3 back. But that doesn't seem worth it. I'm just gonna pass. Need to find a Fury. Am I playing Pirates Tribal at the RCQ tomorrow? No. No, I'm playing this 95. I think I'm going to play this deck. Again, I'll probably play 1 league with Teamer Rhinos with Fable after this, but... Welcome to the family. Yivnor _ MTG. Thank you for that 9 months of Prime. Much appreciated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do hype in the chat, please, and thank you. Made me think of your Rhinos again. So, I mean, I really like Rhinos. Like, you know, it's one of if not one of my favorite decks, if not my favorite deck. And I think it's like pretty well positioned. And again, I think it's just I think the Yorion version is a lot better in this matchup specifically, and this is probably the most played deck right now. But like having access to Solitude and Teferi makes you so much better in this matchup. So still don't really want to attack here. This is such a weird position to be in. Yeah, I don't think I want to attack. Thought everyone cut DRC, and now I've seen it back the last 3 times. Modern moves quick. Different people play Dragon's Rage Channeler. I've seen it, you know, here and there. Some people still play the like really old stock list with like just DRC, no Shredder. Some people play like 1 to 2 copies. I think there was a list from the challenge last week that had like it was kind of all over the place. It had like 4 Ragavan, like 2 Shredder, 2 Darcy, 3 Murktide, and a Snapcaster Beach or something. Now, I don't know if that setup seems kind of weird to me, but I'm really considering going to the Las Vegas MTG 30th anniversary. I really want to play an Arcana Cross second tournament. If I go, I'm best position right now in the format. I would say creativity 100%. I think creativity is probably the best Archon deck right now. No, I would look at Nassif's version, just Teamer. I think Nassif's version is good. Okay, so they want to trade a 4/5 for a 6/6. I mean, I have to make that trade. I can't not take this trade. Oh, no, because... Oh, right, the 6/6. Fuck, man. And now if I draw Fury, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm kind of just fucked now. I take it, go to 2. Then I have to chump both next turn. Yeah, I have to double block. I need a really good card here, though. Need a Tef? Yeah, Tef would be huge. It's such a weird game. I mean, I obviously drew like 5 lands in a row in a, board state I was massively favored in, but, it is what it is. 6 lands in a row. Okay. 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 Sure. My opponent is disconnected. Not shocker, they're playing pretty slow, so. Thought you were favored in this matchup. Not when you draw 6 lands in a row. Are you, though? Let's do some math here. Let's do some math. Alright. So, 24 divided by 60. 0.4. 32 divided by 80. 0.4. Yeah, it's for the bird matchup. I don't think I'm going to play Firewalker tomorrow, because I don't think there's anybody at the... wait, no. There's going to be a couple burn players. I don't know if I'm going to play Firewalker tomorrow. You have 3 full art force, need 5 more for Rhinos and living. Why do you want 8 of them? Just move them between decks, man. You need the Firewalker? I think so. Burn is a really bad matchup. Burn is Rhino's worst matchup. 4 main deck Vortex. No, you're not. That's just not true at all. Now you're lying to me, Ari. It's not true at all. Did you run 2 on the side, or do you need the 3? So, I don't mind playing 3 for a couple of reasons. One, sometimes they bring in Path to Exile, and you want to make sure you always have, like... You want to make sure you have enough of them, and, like, just drawing them is pretty good. You have the ability to cast it on turn 2, and that's going to be pretty good a lot of the time. Like... Just cast that shit on turn 2 against Bird, and they're like, I lose. How'd they beat that, I feel like Titan is the worst matchup here. I don't know, man. I got Subtlety and Force of Vigor and Solitude. I feel like Titan can't be that bad of a matchup, right? I mean, I did lose to Titan last night twice at the Store Championships, but I feel like it should be pretty good. Can we get Fran to help play just against Titan? He's going to tell me to add more lands to my deck, even when I'm drawing 6 in a row. Just, the classic Fran meme. Skullcrack beats Firewalker. If I'm low enough, maybe, but, like, if you're not killing me the turn you're casting the Skullcrack, then it's probably not good enough, right? Also, the fact that you have free red spells you can cast, which is, like, might not seem like much, but just 0 mana gain of life. Violent Outburst, gain of life, stuff like that. Around the last few months, this deck looks sweet. Might have to give it ready for an R next weekend. Yeah. Again, I just think this is like... I prefer this version of Rhinos, with the only exception being that it's harder to shuffle. That's the only reason I don't want to play this deck. But I think this is just like a better version of Rhinos, in my opinion. And once asked what's the lowest amount of lands I can get away with. Did he respond with 35 or something? Alright, I take 1. Okay. The gating card runs the dog to aim because you're not Moon. Yeah, but you're replacing Moon with... you're giving up Moon, but you're gaining Solitude. Solitude is fucking huge in that matchup. I'm not going to cast the Fury here. This will probably get pierced. Wow, didn't get pierced? You'll love to see that. It's really good for me. I don't remember the exact reply, but it's something along the lines of, is another question you should be asking. Yeah, not in Fran's Discord. Probably have explosives. Just fine, move back up Shardless. They casting Murktide? Oh. I mean, sure. Blood Moon when you're facing 10 power? Kind of weird, champ. Well, I can't cast this Solitude, so... I can just take 3, pick up Yorion, and then Solitude pitch Yorion to have the... Yeah, I'll just take 3. I think it's fine to take 3. Because I kind of want to save the other Solitude for a Murktide, in case they have a basic island. Yeah, okay. Draw a white card. So let's go... Pick up Yorion. I could also Fury this. But the cool thing about Fury is I can just hardcast Fury under a Blood Moon. Just draw 2 more lands. So I think I want to go pick up Yorion. I guess the downside is... Oh, because if they play Murktide, they can't counter my Solitude, so... Let's just go Solitude, pitch Yorion to give them less information. I want to do this main phase. Is it even correct to bring in Blood Moon against Rhinos? I mean, it makes a little bit more sense against 4-color Rhinos, because my mana base is a little sketchier, but, like, you just get into spots like this, where I have 10 power and you're casting a Blood Moon. That's not even close to good enough, you know? Like, you just can't cast this card when you're this far behind. Would Ice Island? I guess I could have done that, right? I could have pitched the play and Ice the Island. Maybe that's better. That's probably better. Like, I'm not going to bring in Force of Vigor for Blood Moon. I have Borrower, and again, I could just play through it. I also have 4 basics that I can fetch. Now that I know they brought in Blood Moon, I can fetch basics more aggressively. So, like, I just don't even really care about Blood Moon. This hand is obviously terrible. No green mana, 2 Footfalls. Okay, this is a little bit better. I think I'm going to put back the Footfalls, because I could suspend it, but I also could just go like this into this, which I think is better. Yeah. Care Bear, thank you for the 25. I top 8'd, lost in top 8. Got a little Archmage's Charm promo, a little bit of store credit. It was a good time. Furry. There I go. Your move. The Pioneer Fire. Yeah, I think they had like 10 people, as expected. Modern had 45 and Pioneer had 10, just because the Modern was a win-a-box. 1 lander, huh? Right. Do this so I can get a basic. It's funny, I was thinking about that, because the Pioneer deck that I brought was like almost entirely Japanese, and I don't know if you know a lot of the cards, so I don't know if that would necessarily be the deck that you would want to play. I think I'm just... No, because I want to get a forest, yeah. I want to get an island. Or I want to get a blue source with this. If they don't have Blood Moon, I'm just not going to fetch yet. Alright, I can get an island. I think I'm going to play Boseiju. Yeah, because Otawara is better to have in hand. You know what? Let's just play Sacred Foundry. I might just want to save both of these, to be honest with you. Trying to get into Pioneer for the first time. Thoughts on Niv to Light? I feel like Niv is maybe a little sketchy against... Niv might be a little bit sketchy against Mono Green. I feel like this is bait. But even if it is bait, if they go land Blood Moon, I'm going to get a basic forest. Yeah. I don't even really care if the Endurance trigger gets stopped, though, right? Yeah, I'm just going to let this happen. This is fine. Yeah, I thought about, like, playing it now to get their 1 Misty, but that just seems so stupid. More so to play around a counterspell, I guess, but then they're just not going to attack with it. This is Modern? Yeah, this is Modern. What's this? They played their land, and now they're casting a spell. Expressive Iteration, maybe? Why would they play their land first? Oh, because they're worried about Violent Outburst, and they have... Oh my god, they have Spell Pierce, and they're worried about Violent Outburst, but they can't Spell Pierce this. They might get obliterated. Well, I guess they're just going to counter the Endurance, but that's fine. I accept. Again, getting a forest, so if they do have Blood Moon, I can Boseiju the Blood Moon. This will probably get countered. They don't get a Surveil trigger, which is kind of cool. Why Dress Down? I mean, it's good against Omnath and all of my elementals, right? This card kind of makes sense. I have Solitude, Fury, Omnath. Yeah, exclamation point Mana Traders. Would I play IRL the 60 card list? You might guess on the end turn, they're just going to pass with Counter Magic up. Well, they wanted to cycle it to hit their land drop, I think. You know what I mean? So now I can go dead this, hold up some shit. Should I dead main phase? Could also just pass. Just do nothing. Not even pick up Yorion so I can hold up all my stuff. Debating if I want to attack. Okay, if I attack and they fight over Dead Gone, how bad is that for me? If they fight over Dead Gone, I can maybe bounce the Ragavan, but then I'm kind of cold to a Murktide. Kind of a weird spot. I think I should not attack. Yeah, I'm just going to go Otawara pass. I'm cool with that. We chillin'. Dude, they also keep changing my Mana Traders code. I don't know if it's intentional, but they change it like every single month. And I feel like it makes it so hard for people to keep up because like it's always changing. And I mean, I do my best to like make sure that I update all the socials with it, but Sure, I think that's fine. Yeah, I guess Merc is only a 3/3 right now, so it's not that scary. But I'm a little hesitant to play out the Otawara because of that, just for down the road, you know? But I think I'm also maybe more scared of Blood Moon given my current mana situation, so I think I'd rather keep the Boseiju. Exiled Consider, which means they probably didn't hit a land. It's good for me. Could have bounced that, actually. Might not have been a terrible play. I think I'm going to go Borrower, untap Hardcast Fury, and just go beatdown mode. Is that way too aggressive? It's probably better to hold the Borrower for a Murktide now that it's going to be a 5/5. Yeah, I'll just hold the Borrower, I think. Oh boy. I think it's still better to cast Fury, though. Yeah, I think it's better to cast Fury. And, like, now they can't even play Blood Moon, because I just have too much power in play. Like, they're too far behind to cast Blood Moon now. So they can track your worth more easily? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I still think I'm doing pretty well on Mana Traders. Like, I think we still have a lot of people renewing with the code. It's weird because I think the old code still works, but it's like, if you're a previous subscriber. If you're a new subscriber, you have to use the new code, but if you've already used the old code, I think the old code still works. You know what I mean? Because I still have a lot of people renewing that might not necessarily have the new code. Yeah, they're fucking toast. I will play Teferi Time Raveler. I will pay for your Spell Pierce. If they have Dispute, I'll just comply the dispute. Yeah, get out of here. Not today. What is this monstrosity? What's up, Adam? This is the deck I'm bringing to the RCQ tomorrow. I mean, it's just Rhinos with extra steps, basically. It's just Rhinos. It's fancy for the sake of being fancy. Don't read too much into it. It's just Rhinos. It's Rhinos, but better. 3 opponent just lost the Titan. I'm gonna start champs in top 8 today. Were we playing down the mage? I think Lotus Field took down the New Hampshire PTQ. Wasn't New Hampshire modern? Just modern Lotus Field? For real? Really? Or was New Hampshire Pioneer? I thought it was modern. Somebody told me Kevin won. Kevin never plays Lotus Field. Orion, come out and play. This hand's cracked. Wish I had a failure to comply instead of this, but I almost just want to play 4 failure to complies. I might actually do that. It's your best turn 2 play. You know? I think it's just your best turn 2 play. I think I might play 4 tomorrow. Doomsday. Love them for so long as a damn. Yeah. I've wanted to see them for a long time. Meltdown. I need to fetch double blue this game. Because I kind of want to get a forest. Likely am I to need double blue? I feel like it's pretty likely that yeah. But I can also just go Breeding Pool Plains and then take much less damage, right? As opposed to like Breeding Pool Hallowed Fountain. Yeah, I'm just going to go Breeding Pool Plains, I think. Yeah, see, normal Omnath players are like, oh, what do I fetch on turn 1 to cast my Utopia Sprawl or my Abundant Growth? And I'm like, yeah, what do I cast on turn 1 to suspend 2 fucking 4/4s? I should make a meme like that. That'd definitely be a good meme, right? Whoa! Teferi Time Raveler makes sense. How do you feel this version compares to the 60 card pile? I think this version is a lot better than 60. Okay, this is a little scary. I don't love this. Especially because they named Teferi. Oh, that was a good draw. That was an exceptional draw step. Pretty good draw step. Another relic. Oh no. They don't have a land for Saga? That's so good for me. It's so good for me. Froggy. I feel like if they had a land, they'd be, probably a favorite, but now they almost can't possibly win. It's going to be so hard for them to win now. This is our apocalypse. at our fingertips. They include a meltdown. Where is my footfalls? So yeah, going more on it a little bit, Wisdom Shermie. Actually, isn't there a command for this? Hold on, is it 80? Yeah, read that. That still holds true. That was from a while back, but just mostly listen to that. That's mostly the theory behind 80 over 60, and I think this version is much better than 60. That's when it's very good. Also play like Zero, the control decks, or black red. Gotcha. Blading. Blading. What's up, Max? Yeah, you and me both. Lots and lots of flood today. Huh. Huh. I mean, you know. Look, I'm not saying that I'm the luckiest person alive, but kind of saying that I'm the luckiest person alive. Asmo Rhinos. Oh, they just want to regen? Cool with that. It's like a hurricane. Exclamation point 80, Paris. The command's right there. There's a little clip right there. Just watch that clip. I don't mind talking about it. It's just something that I explain a lot, and I'd much prefer just to watch the clip, because a lot of people get asked that question. So, and I understand. I get it. It's definitely a reasonable question. 81. 8 lands against mono red. Yeah, dude. So, okay, Max, you want to know what happened in my match against Bad Spirits, which is like a really good matchup for Rakdos-Sac. So, I can't remember what happened game 1. I think I flooded out a little bit game 1, but his drop was also like 1 drop Lord Coco, and I couldn't keep up with that. So game 2, what happens is I'm on the play. I go Cauldron Familiar pass. He goes, or no, I play tap land on 1. He goes land go. Then I go land Cauldron Familiar pass. He goes land Shacklegeist pass. Right. I go attack for 1. I think I played a 1 drop, and then I played a landed pass. So I had 2 mana up. He goes land, attack for 2, go. So he obviously has Spell Queller, right? And my hand was 2 disputes, 2 claims. So what happened was I baited the Spell Queller by casting the dispute. He put the Spell Queller onto the battlefield before I could even finish resolving the dispute. He was so excited to do that. And then I went untap, claim your Spell Queller, claim your Shacklegeist, attack with both, second main, dispute, sack the Spell Queller, get the dispute under the Queller, which then I sacrifice the Shacklegeist. It's whoo! I lost that game because of the 4 cards that I drew off of the 2 disputes. I drew 3 lands of the Thoughtseize, and then I drew 4 more lands. So I lost that game, even though I just played circles around him. It is what it is. Yeah, Apotheosis with the 100 bid. He says, when 4080 to draw into top 8, then instantly scrubbed out of the top 8, also takes some bits of bad beat story fee. Thank you for the bits, Apotheosis. Lots of RCQ stories today. What's the best usage for failure to comply? It's really good against the fairy. It's just good against it's a tempo play. I know that chat loves the word tempo, but it's a really good tempo play. Just, you don't have a lot of stuff to do on turn 2, right? You have Borrower. This list isn't playing Bone Crusher Giant like normal Temur is, so you're limited on what plays you have on turn 2. So it's just a good catch-all. I'm basically, if I have Comply and I have 2 mana, I'm just gonna fire it off on whatever they play. If they give me a single target, I'm just gonna fire it off. If I have a Cascades, just to tempo, bounce their spell, untap, play Cascade, just try and get ahead of them, basically. Is this hand actually good against Affinity? I think so. It's like Remand. You just basically fire it off on the first target they give you. It's 3060, got rolled by Esper Food to finish 3-1. Got rolled by Esper Food. Esper Food represent. Alright, they're on 5. This is 3 of their 5 cards. Okay, Fury's not bad. We'll do a little passing of the turn. I'd like to find a green card that's not Violent Outburst. Yeah, as much as I want to kill this Saga, I really don't want to pitch my only Cascade spell, so I'm going to let them have the Saga for a turn, and just hope that I draw a green card. Surprised not to see you play it much. I still kind of think I like black-green more than Esper, but... Oh look, a green card that I don't really care about. Sick. Absolutely perfect. So I'll go upkeep, I guess I'll target the Memnite, even though... No, I should just target the Jar. I don't want to give them a... Yeah. You almost always want to target the Jar in these spots, just like... So you could level yourself and be like, oh, if I target the Memnite, they might sack the Jar. But you're giving them an option. This just doesn't give them an option, you know? It's better... most of the time, it's better to not give them the option. Well... Had I waited, I would have won the game on the spot. Granted, I still think we'll be okay, but... Imagine if I'd waited there. Oh my god. How many rounds is my RCQ? 6. Yeah, the only problem with waiting is if they have any other land that's not Saga, they get a free token. So, like, yeah, I don't know. There's justification for waiting, but I think we'll be fine. I'm not too worried about it. Wait, what? Heck, wait? Guess they don't care about the Memnite that much. Poor Memnite. Just lost in the line of battle. PV made a video a while back about that. Uncertainty denying the option is better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like when you have the option to remove the options from your opponent, it's much, much better to do that than it is to, like, just give them an option, even if it's marginal, right? You know? Like, what's the difference of a Memnite versus a Welding Jar? In most games, that's not going to matter, but the point is you just don't want to give them options when you don't have to. You know what I mean? Esper Food is solid. Spike did good with it. Did Spike play that in the RCQ? Alright, we're off it. 3. I think I keep. I think this hand's fine, right? Turn 2 ice. Turn 2 ice, maybe comply. You need to find a Cascade spell, but that's the easy part. There's something about verifying a subscription that wants you to take a pic of my ID, then take a selfie with my ID. I've never heard of that before. That must be a new thing. But they didn't tell me anything about that. That's really weird. Oh, did they? That must just be a really new thing then. Like a new verification. I mean, I know that other platforms do that. That's a really good draw. It's probably the best draw in my deck. Bangkok has a very bad Phoenix matchup. I certainly consider that to be the worst. When we do admit it's pretty bad. Mono green is winnable, but not good. Has a bad Phoenix matchup? Even with Archon of Emeria? Really? I wouldn't think that, but... I mean, I guess you could do that. Something tells me, Lando, if you do that, they'll probably deny your subscription, but, you know. Chat, don't let them do it. There you go. Thank you, chat. Thank you, Max. Steel Shaper's Gift. Look, all I'm saying, Lando, is I didn't hear that from you, okay? I'm going to pretend that we didn't have this conversation. Colossus. Very sus. Mogus. Sure. State Paladin. They got Pure Steel Pauladine. One in RCQ. Dude, Canada is so weird with the invites. Is it true that you can just get, like, multiple invites in Canada? Also, why is that a thing? I don't understand why that's a thing. Does I play Plains here? Go. PT slots are just smaller. I don't get it, though. What's the point? Is it like, are your RCQs going to be twice, or like the regionals, are they going to be like twice the size of the ones of the US? Am I okay with this? This is a weird spot. This is a really weird spot. I am not sure what I'm supposed to do. So I can kill the Sentinel, and then if they play another artifact, then I can Solitude the Paladin. I think that's my only good line, right? Convince you to not play Calibrated Blast at your opponent RCQ to play a good deck. I think Bounce the Hammer. So we could go Bounce Hammer, then they replay Hammer, then I Solitude. But that keeps the Sentinel in play, right? And the Sentinel being in play is bad if I draw a Cascade spell, which I kind of have to do, like, right now to have a shot at this game, you know? So I think I'm just going to go kill the Sentinel, deal them a point, and then if they play another artifact, then I can Solitude the Paladin. I think I like this better. Undying Flames. Is that the epic red spell? There's no way. There's no way, dude. Save the fire for hammer equipment, then Solitude the Paladin. Well, isn't this just the same thing? Isn't this the exact same thing? Doesn't the exact same thing happen? Fiery Impulse makes color worse. I guess Fiery Impulse is also really good against Archon of Emeria, so okay. Yeah, I guess I'll buy that. Not great. I feel like we are probably not winning this game, but if you find like a Cascade spell, maybe we're okay. Should be playing Phoenix at Pioneer Arcegu's deck is stupid broken. I'm surprised you say that. Kind of have different opinions on Phoenix. I feel like the Phoenix deck is really clunky, especially the way that people are building it now. Like, too many pieces. So many pieces. Like, I played against Phoenix today with Rakdos Sacrifice, which I think is a good matchup for Rakdos Sac, but, like, I don't know, my opponent was just, like, had 7 cards in his hand the whole game, and it just didn't even feel like I was ever behind at all. Even though they kept 7 cards in their hand throughout the entire game, and I still felt like I was in a pretty good spot most of the way. It was weird. Best Phoenix decks I've seen lately aren't running Phoenixes. Yeah, that's also another good point, Adam. I think the better version of Izzet is probably just like Phoenix without Phoenix, you know, with like Crackling Drake and all that kind of stuff. That's a good draw. They got 2 cards. Play an untapped land so I can pay for the Sentinel. Oh no! I didn't play. I thought I had Green Source in play. F in chat. God damn it! I thought I had Green Source. Grr. I just assumed I had a Green Source. How is it turn 4 and I have no green mana? Scammed by the basic card? Yeah. No. Tragic. They didn't attack anyways, that's funny. That's hilarious. They probably don't realize that I can't Guest Outburst. Oh, Keck W. Actual Keck W. I mean, I need to find a bounce spell for this saga, but... Yeah, I just baited them. It's one of those things where you're like in paper, you play the land confidently, you know what I mean? So like you're in those spots where your opponent has like a bunch of mana on tap, and you're just like, your opponent casts a spell and you just slam the Mana Leak or Spell Pierce, just like confidently, and they're like, they just pick up their spell and put it in the graveyard. Yeah, sure. Well, thank you, Emanan. I've been enjoying it a little bit more lately. This is kind of a bad attack, because if they activate Gingerbread, they can't make a token, right? So they're just giving up the Gingerbread? Because there's no way they're not making a token here. Unless they have a counter spell, but then they're also not making a token, right? You were a Spell Pierce. I got mana for Spell Pierce. Dude, it's actually awesome that the Footfalls resolves before the trigger because of the way that the Cascade works. So, like, you know what I mean? It's so good. So normally, if, like, let's say I just had a 3-mana spell and it wasn't a Cascade spell, I would have to choose to pay for the Sentinel I'd have to choose to pay for this before the spell resolve, right? So then if I choose to pay, my opponent could just say, okay, now I'll Spell Pierce. But because it's Cascade, it goes Violent Outburst, then Trigger, then Cascade spell. It's like, it's awesome. I think the deck is getting there, though. 3 of us from the Bant deck. Might show the best. Mana base numbers are questionable. I think it was cycling or something. Cycling? Like cycling land? Yeah, Borrower's a very good draw. 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. And they're at 15. Okay, let's go attack. I have to race. God, I would have won this game if I just played the right land that turn. Game would have been over. I still might win this game, but they would have been basically dead this turn. So, sucks that I played the wrong land, but that's on me. Still might be okay. The Bant Triome. I see. Yeah, it's just like a stupid mistake, you know? It's just like not paying attention to the lands that I have in play. It's like a really, really dumb mistake. Okay, they're at 5. They have 2 borrowers, but they have chump blockers. Because I think what's going to happen is they're going to go make a token, equip it with Shadow Spear, and I'm not going to be able to present a lethal attack. But I'll probably just draw a bounce spell. Going through all your cards from one to rest, the only one I could find is wipe ordered. Oh, God. Did I pre-register? It's apparently capped. Wait, what? I messaged them and they didn't message me back. I asked them, I said, can I pre-register? How are you pre-registering? Like, through what means? There's no shot it's capped already. I know it's Abington. I messaged their just Battleground Facebook page. Like, did you call them? How did you pre-register? I'll call them right now. It's on their website? Oh. Wait, really? Oh, there's no shot this is full, right? There's no chance. Abington. It says 38 left. Do you have a link? Because I'm on their website, and their website, to be completely honest with you, kind of sucks. Modern Regional Champs. More details? It just brought me to Google Calendar. I don't want to... Okay. More details. Email. To get a head start, please use the following event code on your companion app. It doesn't have a link to register. There we go. In stock. Admission 38 in stock. Okay, so add 1 to cart. Successfully added. Checkout. Checkout as guests. Sorry, but I just want to do this real quick. Email has already been taken. Oh, so I guess I already have an account. Probably don't know my password, though. Sure. Yeah, of course I don't know my password. Oh, there we go. Sigarda's Aid. That resolves? Hold on, I'll get that sub in a second. I just really want to do this registration first. So I do not want to miss out on registering for the thing tomorrow. Save changes. Shipping method. Bro, there's no shipping method. In-store pickup. Like, what? It's so stupid. I like how you can... Wait. I like how you can choose a USPS shipping method for... Just in case imagine somebody just accidentally clicks on that. They're like, yeah, do you want to use the shipping method for just your event entry? Like, dude, seriously? Come on, man. They're just trying to fucking get people. Like, I have no... Oh, wait, can I use... No, I can't... They don't let you use store credit for entry fees, right? Whatever, I'll just give them money. I don't give a shit. Here's my money. Wait, that's not my card number. Think too much. Use card. Confirm payment options. That. Add notes. I'm just gonna put name. RCQ registration. Just so they don't fuck it up. Place order. Order complete. Thank you for submitting your order. So I get like... This isn't really a receipt though. Whatever. It says order complete. I don't know. I give up. Okay, we are back. Opponent resolve Sigarda's Aid. I let them resolve that. Okay, so I go end of turn, play Borrower. They go block, 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 go to 1. So they're dead to like 90% of my deck. Maybe not 90%, but they're dead to a lot of cards. Any removal spell, any pump spell. Probably at least half my deck. It's not a card that they lose to. But... They have to lose all 3 of their creatures because they have to go block, 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 and this becomes a 4/4, so yeah. And then I just have 2 counterspells up, so I think we'll be fine. How did I win this game? I know how. They didn't have a land. If they had a land, they could have just made a token, got Shadow Spear, and equipped, and I would have been in a much worse spot, but because they didn't have a land, they had to get Drum. Oh, I got a Lava Spike promo today for attending the RCQ. Lava Spike promo is kind of cool. They use the shitty art, though. Apparently these Lava Spikes are infinite. Really? They give them out at every single event. Let's see what the TCGP says. Let's do a search. Lava Spike. Lava Spike. They're not even on TCG Player. Yeah, they're not even on TCG Player. There's none listed. Oh yeah, there's Flame Slash too, but Flame Slash was the Store Champs promo, right? The promo is Flame Slash. No, I got a Lava Spike. Bro, I have a Lava Spike in my bag. So what's the Lava Spike from? Why do I have a Lava Spike? If I can find it. So I got, okay. So I got the Lava Spike from the PTQ today. That's the card I got from the PTQ, right? And then last night from the Store Championship, which I top 8'd, by the way, because I'm great, I got 2 Flame Slashes, actually. And then I got this lovely Archmage's Charm. This thing's actually kind of sick. That was the top 8 one. Show some humility. Also, I missed the sub. White Ninja, thank you so much for the 17 months of support. Very, very appreciative of you. Let's get some Doom hypes in the chat for White Ninja. Thank you very much for the support. Flame Slash is a strange choice of promo. Yeah, it's like, when's the last time you saw somebody play Flame Slash? There may have been several remaining Flame Slashes left behind on store stables, yeah. Yeah, they were just throwing them around. You want a refund? We need a no refunds emote. Yeah. Store Championship Dutch today volunteered to cut the Dark Confidant to 8 pieces if they wanted to split. That's awesome. It's so good. Well, so there's kind of an issue with this hand. Boseiju is good interaction against Hammer Time. The problem is, if I'm activating Boseiju, I can't play it as a land, and I have no other interaction. I think I can't keep this. Well, this is worse. Alright, I guess Force... Yeah, it's just put back these 2 cards and keep... Because this is how I win on a Multi-5. So, keep Force Cascade Spell. Hope it works out. Should I have kept the first hand? I don't know. I think the first hand was kind of shitty. Just playing a Rocket League match while you were away. I wasn't away. Oh, I guess I stepped out to go do laundry, but... Which I'll probably have to go finish that in, like, another half hour or so. Would I keep the first hand if it was a multi-6? Probably. Yeah. Okay. Given my hand, I think I have to kill this Saga, so I probably should kill it now. It's really bad if they have Blacksmith skill, but... I really wish I'm getting something better than Thopter, but, like, I kind of don't want them playing Stoneforge Mystic because I don't have an answer to Cauldra, right? If they Stoneforge, my Force is no good, because then they just Stoneforge me. So I think in that situation, it's really important to cast the Force there, because I know I'm going to cast on the Saga regardless. So, just don't let them play the Stoneforge. Alright, we need to find a land that casts Outburst to have a chance at this game, I think. First hand look like a trap. Yeah, it's just no interaction, right? Like, if I rip off land, and I can not play the Boseiju, then it's a little bit better. But, like, I'm also in a spot where if I draw land, and my opponent, like, puts me in a position where I want to fire off the Boseiju, do you just fire it off and hope to draw land 3? You probably can't afford to. So at that point, it's basically no interaction at all, even if you draw a land. Which is just, like, it's just not a good place to be. Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, if I draw land, it's like a pile of Cascade cards and 1 piece of interaction, which, is that even good? Maybe not. They gave first place our RSQ a box of Double Masters or Collectors. Ooh. They did not give us Collector Boosters for ours. I feel like this game's slipping away. I think I maybe have 1 turn left to draw a land, and if not, I have no chance. Except we'll replace Stefan in this list of everything, but... Well, you can't play Ellen Arbor's Call Pairs because we're playing a Cascade deck. I really don't think you can play this deck without Force Negation. I know that, like, that sucks to say because Force is probably the most expensive card in the deck, but it's just, this deck is not the same without Force Negation. What's up, Mark? Did Tom tell you about the weird thing that happened today? When our game? So, okay, here's what happened, right? So, Tom, I think this was game 1. He has 7 cards in his hand, right? And he's at 4 life. I don't remember exactly what my board was. I think it was like a Devil Token, a Cauldron Familiar, and like a Witness or something. And he's at 4. And I like draw for my turn, and I'm sitting there, I'm like thinking a little bit. He's got 7 cards in his hand. Yeah, it was Tom Strong. So he's sitting there, and I draw my card, and I'm thinking a little bit. And I think for maybe about 20 seconds or so. And I go, tap 3 mana, cast Ob Nixilis, put the Epicure in the graveyard. I think it was an Epicure. And he just scoops. Because obviously he thought that Ob deals damage regardless. So he's like picking up his cards, and then he mentioned, like, you know, a slow roll or whatever. And I was thinking to myself, like, this is weird. And I thought to like try to stop him before he picked up his cards because I felt kind of bad. And I was like, it was a weird situation. Because like he thought I slow rolled him, and I was just like, why is he conceding? You know what I mean? It was a weird situation. Oh man. It was so weird. And like he had already scooped up his cards, and I was like, wait, what's happening right now? Like, I'm not trying to be a scumbag here, you know? That's like the last thing I want to do, especially with Tom. Need a green card, but this hand's good. What would you do in that spot, chat? Would you like bring it up to them before the next game? How would you handle that situation? I'm curious. What if it was like somebody you didn't know, you know? Tom's like one of my good buddies, but yeah, I told him after the match. Spike thought he could double draw and he got 9th. Oh no, Spike. Oh no, is that real? Oh, Spike, why did you double draw? NetChat, this is a lesson learned. Never double draw. Don't ever double draw. Just do not do it. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. Just play. Yeah, Soul told him it would happen. Just play. It's not worth it. If FNM helped them after that, nah, sucks to sucks. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like I mentioned to him after the match because, you know, me and him are good friends, but. Oh, there's a green card. That checks out. Math checks out. Maybe I guess I can't save that for Lavinia, huh? I mean, it's fine, right? If they play Lavinia, I'm just gonna hardcast my stuff. I'll just hardcast this. Yeah, it sucks if they play Lavinia, but if they don't, they probably lose. Time after the game is the best way to scoop so hasty. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nobody ID'd until round 6. We had 2 XO2s, but it was 6 rounds. We had 2 402s that made top 8. Yeah, we had 2 people that double drew. Alright, you gonna Spell Pierce me? Can't play around it. Spell Piercer. Spell Pierce. Stainerson was in our top 8. Oh yeah, I know Stainerson. I know of him. I don't know him personally, but I've heard of Tommy before. Rhinos might be the stream signature. Chat, I'm sorry, opponent. I'm sorry, opponent. Oh no. I'm so sorry, opponent. Oh no, I'm so sorry, opponent. I'm so sorry. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. I could have. That was bad. I should have not cast it. I feel like an asshole. I should have not cast it. I should have just said no. That was my bad. I should have said no. I should have said no. That was bad. Yeah, I should have said no. They tied you, I'd laugh. Yeah. In March. All right. I feel like I probably should have said no, but it's a learning experience, you know? It's all about a learning experience. Why do I feel bad? I don't know. I just hate winning games like that. You know? Like, I'd much rather just have the game state be... Like, in paper, that would obviously never happen, you know? I mean, I guess maybe it could happen in paper. It's, like, not unrealistic for it to happen in paper, but it's not likely at all, for sure. They wouldn't have said no for you. Yeah, I guess that's fair. I don't know, it's tough. It's a lot messier when it happens in paper. Right, exactly. I haven't been in a situation where that's happened personally, but I've seen it happen, and it's just like when you watch it, it's like watching a car accident. It's like a live action car accident, and you're just like, oh my god. It's miserable to watch. Because they just said it's like he said, she said kind of thing. It's atrocious. Alright, I think I'm gonna fetch main phase, make mana and cycle. Yeah. I'm gonna get a forest. I guess I should get white mana for Hardcasting Solitude. So we'll go fetch tapped. What'd they get? They got Cauldra, which we do have the Otawara for, so should be fine. Oh, well. Okay, maybe we were going to win this game anyways. Because their draw was not very good, so yeah, I don't feel as bad, because I probably would have won this game anyways. This is just a massacre. Even if I didn't have a Rhino, like, they'd be at, what? They'd be at 13 versus these two with nothing in play and this in hand. They still would lose, I think. Learned about Death Touch and Trample the hard way at a pre-release. Yeah. This will all end. Prediction! Prediction time, chat. Let's call it, but 2 mana, 2/1 Tormod Script. Wow! Ari was willing to queue into my Force of Negation deck. Alright, well. Let's draw Force. Alright, I'm gonna keep this hand. Till the end. You got shit on in top 8 today against Bant Humans as Phoenix. So I think Bant Humans has a little bit of a better matchup because they can put a faster clock on. The problem with the Bant Company deck is they don't have like Thalia's Lieutenant and that kind of stuff to get more pressure going. You know what I mean? So it's harder for Bant Company specifically because they need something to be a little like they just need more pressure kind of thing. I don't think suspending Footfalls is ever going to be relevant at all against Neoform, so I'm just not going to do it and have good mana. Like, this is never going to happen. It's never going to come up. So I'm just not going to do it. Okay, that's fine. DM me on Discord with the Dono deck. Oh, I didn't know you did a Dono. That's how you love me. Like doing it for this deck, I'm going to play $20. Okay, so this week we're full. This Thursday. Unless I somehow have time to do it. No, I'm just going to wait until Thursday. So this Thursday we're full, so it'll be the Thursday after if you're cool with that. Let's go Raugrin. Alright, really need to draw a land. If a big paper tournament would happen tomorrow, this deck would be your pick. Well, funnily enough, I do have a big paper tournament tomorrow, and I am playing this deck. So they have Blue Pact. I think I'd rather bounce the Neoform. Looks like he probably has Blue Pact. Damn it. Ari's always here to ruin my day. I'm just gonna ban him. I'm just gonna ban Ari from now on. Can they brick? I doubt it. Do you know what time? Because I work 8 to 5. CST. So I usually start the donation. So I start the stream at about 5:30 Eastern. So if you'd prefer, we can do your second. Because if you work 8 to 5 CST, it probably makes more sense for you to do it second. Because the first dono usually starts about 5:30, and the second one usually starts about 7:30, something like that. That's all Eastern, so. They are two different people, yes. You did coverage the other week. You helped me understand this new Gutshot kill. Hadn't seen that before. I hadn't seen it either, to be honest with you. Okay, yeah, that works, Soraya. We can do that. Alright, I just don't want to play anymore. I'm bored. I'm just bored. I guess Subtlety's good. And the rest of my cards seem bad. So let's cut these. And I guess Fury kind of sucks. Alright, submit. If you want to wait, that's fine. Up to you. You know, like I said, if you want to wait, we're not gonna do it till the following Thursday, which the date would be 28th. So whatever's up to you. If you want to wait, that's fine. I'll put you on I'll mark you down now. Am I doing coverage in 2 weeks, or am I still grinding the RCQs? Coverage in 2 weeks. Oh shit. There's the NRG that weekend. I'm gonna have to message. I mean, I could probably take a weekend off. I'm gonna play 5 other RCQs. You could probably just I'll probably do coverage. Like I told Norm that I was gonna be available that day, so I probably shouldn't back out. We don't have the schedule yet, so I don't know what the schedule looks like, but I did tell him that I'd be available. I mean, like, I have Counterspell plus Shardless. I'm not going to just mull the 4s. Get paid next week, so I'd like to wait, but I'm good for it. Yeah, that's fine. You're good. Like I said, we're not going to do the donut until the 28th anyway, so you're totally fine, Sorry, no worries. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, well, they asked me... they asked me what my schedule was like for the rest of their events, and I told them that I was basically available for all of them, so... Assuming they put me on the schedule, then yeah, I'll be doing whatever they set up the schedule for. But yeah, you can call it regular schedule, regular coverage. And I love doing coverage. I think it's a lot of fun. A split card. It's called Failure to Comply. Think of it as a remand. It's basically a remand that doesn't draw you a card. Also, by the way, I think I just have to jam Shardless. Like, I can't not pressure him, so, you know. It is what it is. I'll get an island, I guess. Doesn't matter. I'll cast the Crashing Footfalls card. Yeah, I can't not pressure them. If I draw a land, if I get to untap and draw a land, I think I win, but I'm gonna play this in the July 30th event. Oh, let's do it again. Gotcha. Get Solitude Gristle Daddy. Yeah, I don't think that matters. Like, I have to do it in response to the first activation, but I don't think it matters. But maybe it does. I guess if they brick on a shoal, then it does, but of course they didn't. Alright, you win. Sick. I really, really hate Ari. Man. He loves ruining my stream. He really does love ruining my stream. That's all he's good for. It's the only thing he's ever good for. Can count on Ari for one thing, and it's ruining the stream. I don't know if that card's worth anything, but it's got a cool symbol on it.